Watercolors, pastels, and acrylics. All these techniques of painting brought together by a group of artists who have mastered them all. For this week's In Focus, Jamil Doneth takes us to the Blank Canvas Gallery in Park Rapids to meet these painters.
What do watercolors, acrylics, and pastels have in common? Well, meet these three painters who have mastered all three techniques.
I work in 3 different media.
I paint mainly in pastel and oil.
I started in watercolors.
This trio of painters and their work are part of many other artists featured at the Park Rapids Blank Canvas Gallery November show.
This is on the Fishhook River.
Park Rapids native Terry Young recently started playing with acrylics and also uses watercolors, but she has been doing pastel landscapes of local scenery for many years.
Right now I'm kind of stuck in a landscape mode. I've been doing a lot of landscapes, painting on location.
Self-taught artist Judy Wenegast dabbles in watercolors, but mainly uses oil and pastels to paint portraits.
When I like to paint, I really like to paint figures. I really enjoy that. That's something I really like to do.
Only a painter since 2003, McElroy-Orr just started using oils and acrylics, but she first learned how to paint from the well-known Bemidji watercolorist Jane Friedman.
I didn't have any experience in painting prior to that class, and then I've just been working with oils and a little acrylic in the last couple of years.
And while all the paint on these canvases may be similar, every artist uses a different technique that makes their creations their own.
The gray paper is showing through on this.
Young uses different types of paper when painting with pastels to create interesting textures that show through the art.
A lot of my pastels, I let the texture and the color of the paper show through.
When Wenegast watercolors, she uses a technique called underpainting, which layers colors on top of each other to create a vibrant effect.
Sometimes I do it in one color. Sometimes I do it in a variety of colors. Many times it's in a complementary color.
McElroy-Orr uses a similar effect by glazing or collaging, where she layers various materials, images, and colors to create movement in her paintings.
I primarily use colors of those papers and keep those colors in the painting.
So at first glance, these paintings may all look like typical watercolor landscapes and pastel portraits. But when you look closer, each painting is its own, and these painters have a very different take on the same techniques. For this week's In Focus, Jamil Doneth, Lakeland News.
And these featured artists' work and many others will be at the Blank Canvas Gallery in Park Rapids through December. You can visit the gallery's website for more information.
If you've enjoyed this segment of Lakeland News, please consider making a tax-deductible contribution to Lakeland Public Television.